Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It is July 30th, 2026. And this is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. You can also join us online. I believe it's YouTube and Facebook that we have left. Twitter changed the rules somehow. You know who else was complaining about this? Did you get Twitter too? You got an X? Mira nomás. Wow. Sorry, I didn't hear you with these very loud headphones. Okay, so we're at x.com. I mentioned that, Zach, because yesterday Dana came back from a trip to Israel, and she was Dana Lash, by the way, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on KURV. She was complaining that we're not on X because they changed the rules. We're not going to be on X. So, okay, makes sense. So we're on X, we're on Facebook, YouTube Live as well. If you need to do the rewind and anything, I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. And we have AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Just keeping things hot. We'll look at maybe potential change in weather for some parts of Texas. That's coming up in just a little bit. Stick around. It's a victory for some data center opponents in Brownsville. The city of Brownsville reported yesterday that a planning and zoning public hearing for early August had been canceled following the data center company's withdrawal for a special use permit request. Planning and Zoning Commission meeting is still on the calendar for August 6th in the evening. The withdrawal of the request happened days after criticism by some local residents targeted City Hall and city leadership to deny any data center request for the city of Brownsville. In the meantime, this is just one example of many across the state of Texas where some residents have been pushing back against data centers. And it's the industry, the data center industry, that is now trying to improve their image in the state of Texas.
State lawmakers considering a pause on tax breaks for the industry under pressure from activists who feel the warehouses full of computers are hurting the state more than helping it. But the industry is pushing back, saying their investments can help shore up the power grid. Ray Fakuri with Amazon Web Services says they'd be willing to pay for upgrades if that's what it takes to win public support.
That would help ease costs on other customers by carrying those costs on ourselves and then turning that asset over.
In this fiscal year alone, the state has certified 59 new data centers and is considering 5 more thanks to these tax breaks. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
2027 legislative session will be taking up the issue of data centers and the resources that they use, water, and yes, plenty of power. It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And despite promises of lower energy bills for Texas residents, that does not appear that it will happen anytime soon. That according to folks who oversee the state's electricity grid.
Assessing the electric grid and reviewing the demand from data centers, those are the goals of the State Senate Business and Commerce Committee hearing. Governor Abbott called for lower residential electric bills, but Benjamin Barkley of the Office of Public Utility Counsel told lawmakers it won't happen soon.
The slice of the pie the residential consumers are going to pay is going to get smaller. However, just because the pie is larger, it's going to result in slightly more charges for residential consumers.
How much more will be determined by the amount of transmission getting on the grid. Pablo Vegas heads up ERCOT, which oversees it.
I think the envelope of uncertainty is still very large today.
I think it is too.
With regards to what actually is going to get developed and what the real forecast is.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Time is 7:09. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. It is AccuWeather time, and we want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. Grow them right this spring. All your animals with balanced mineral nutrition from Purina certified feed that you find at Martin Farm and Ranch. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. And no change in the forecast. Although I did see another meteorologist, I think it was in North Texas or Central Texas, Austin, San Antonio area. They were mentioning maybe a cool front. They're hoping a cool front is successfully cross the state, at least half the state, by I think this weekend. Did you see any news on that? Maybe chime in if the weather's changing in North Texas or Central Texas this weekend.
I don't see any change in San Antonio.
No
Austin, change in San
Dallas
Antonio.
area. All right.
Dallas.
Maybe it's wishful thinking on his part.
I don't. I mean, mid and upper 90s, low hundreds. Yeah, no. I don't,
Yeah.
Well, they do go from 104 tomorrow to 99 on Saturday, so maybe that's what he's talking about.
Okay, just a tail end of something. Okay, so the pattern for us at least another week, right? 104, 103, 104, something like that. for
see.
South Texas. And I guess the tropic's still quiet. That's another report we're
You are
obligated
correct.
to. Okay, nothing in the
Maybe
Caribbean, Gulf.
99 next Thursday.
Yeah, but that would be for other parts of Texas.
No,
right?
for you guys.
Oh, for us?
Yeah, for us. 99 next Thursday.
In
Maybe
about a week.
about a week.
Don't put the
And then it-
jackets. Yeah, don't put the jackets away yet. Maybe we can hit 98, 99 in about a week. So we're stuck in this dry, hot, nasty pattern. Got a heat alert for the area again, up to 104 today and tomorrow, and then Saturday 105. That's the AccuWeather forecast. It's a heat alert. Big thank you to Lee's Pharmacy, Danny Vela, all the gang at Lee's Pharmacy for the heat alert. We're sizzling like bacon right now, so go get you a burger with bacon at noon over at Lee's Pharmacy North. The national days for today. Let's see, I got a few seconds with you before I need to let you go. It's National Chili Dog Day, and interesting enough, I was telling Zach, our producer, that Deli and I and the kids we had chili dogs last night, first time in a long time.
Oh, nice.
And we go Mexican style, man. We put like tomato and avocado and cilantro and salsa and all that stuff. The only thing I regret is not purchasing, what's the brand? Either Nathan's hot dogs, all beef, or Ballpark.
Yeah, I like the ballpark ones.
Oof.
That's what I use. The
Those are good.
ballpark all beef ones.
I made the mistake of reading the
They
labels.
blow up on the grill. I love it.
They do. Oh man, they're so juicy, full of real meat, right? I made the mistake of reading the labels, and I bought the chicken version, chicken franks. And
All right.
like
Some of those are pretty good. I used
What?
to get this turkey Italian sausage that was really good.
well, it was like chewing on what is that calamari, like squid.
Oh, texturally, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
can
was
see
like-
that.
It was like rubber,
Yeah.
unsatin. So next time I'm going all beef, man. All right, I gotta let you go. All
right,
we'll
yeah.
check with you next. So
In a
that's
little
AccuWeather meteorologist Jake on 710 KURV. And if you want, Zach, if you want the low carb version, just I can get you the all beef. I know Miku, my producer, he loves the all beef diet right now. Get the all beef, and I don't know if you like the chili or not. I don't know if that ruins the diet, but no beans. Okay, so you're good with chili, right? Okay, mustard, right? That's not fattening, and no bread. You don't need the bread. Just put it on the plate. Put all the stuff on it, the tomato, avocado, some onion. Right, and just like chop it up little by little. It's the same thing without the bread. Maybe get like a little cracker, eat it on the side, little cracker. You got the sensational bread. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Time is 7:14. Let me share a little bit more news with you before we go pay some bills again. So let me get that story on that. Here it is. Remember a few days back, there was this nun who was arrested here in McAllen. ICE agents arrested this. Now she was headed over to Paris. Yes, she's a foreigner. She has her own immigration issues that she needs to work out. Well, she's back in the news, and yes, she might be facing a steep battle to try to stay in the country.
Sister Letitia Ugboja was held for several hours June 28th while walking to Mass. She checked in this week with ICE officials. She does not have to wear an ankle monitor. Her lawyer, Carlos Montezuma Garcia, says DHS is still trying to deport her to a third country, not her native Nigeria.
We informed them that we are moving forward with trying to explore all legal alternatives so that we can continue to fight on behalf of Sister Letty's case.
Last week, two pastors who are married to each other were arrested at the McAllen airport as they tried to board a flight to a religious conference in North Carolina. Both work at a church in Edinburgh. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. We're also broadcasting we got the social media platforms. Go look for us at YouTube, X, and Facebook Live. You want to rewind. You might get that opportunity or might be urged to go rewind some of the information coming up. We've got the dean from the UTRGV Medical School Podiatric College, the School of Podiatric Medicine, the foot medicine. And with diabetes in this area, yeah, they got a lot of work to do, a lot of research as well. That conversation with Dr. Javier Lafontaine next on the Valley's Morning News. Thank you much for making us a part of your morning. It's the Valley's Morning News, News Talk 710 KURV. We're also online. We're broadcasting on that free app, Radio Para Mi. Astros doing good. So next up, it's the Rangers. Maybe they can help themselves to better standings. They're hosting the Rangers. 6:45 broadcast Friday from Houston, right here on 710 KURV. Astros baseball made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. We welcome back to the program the inaugural dean of our School of Podiatric Medicine, UTRGV, or medical school, Dr. Javier LaFontaine. Dr. Javi, welcome back. And with diabetes in this area, at one time they said, or they labeled us Diabetesville, USA, the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, man, and the limb problems with limbs that happen as a result. Man, you probably have an exercise workload and research possibility at the Podiatric College.
Yes, and good morning, Sergio. Thank you for giving me a chance here.
Yes.
Yes, or absolutely. I mean, we are in the, like you say, in the mecca of diabetes in this, at least in the state of Texas. So that gives us a lot of opportunity to also study the population and look into some of the risk factors that we may, that this population may present on getting diabetic food related problems.
Yeah. And how do those problems develop, Doc? Because usually it's circulation. Can you describe the process, the degrading process that leads to, unfortunately, some people losing their limbs or their foot, and the wound care that is impossible for some of these folks?
Yes, or absolutely. I mean, you touched briefly on it. So diabetes affect essentially the foot, two ways. It affect your circulation, like you mentioned, but it also affect your sensation. So essentially, your feet becomes numb. Essentially, so you can step on a nail, you can get an ingrown toenail, you can, have any minor trauma, and you totally non-detected. So combining the lack of sensation in your foot and not able to perceive the problem on time, in combination with poor circulation, then you develop a non-healing wound which get infected quickly. And if you don't detect the infection right away, right, because you don't feel pain, then things get worse. By the time you notice it's too late, you go to the hospital, and then the unfortunate news of either surgery or amputating and things like that, And not only that, but also diabetes affect the way you respond to infection. So it'll make your immune system work very, I guess, lazy, for lack of layman terms. So then you combine those three things, and then you get an infection quickly, spread quick, and then it's too late by the time you look for some medical intervention.
Yeah, and it's insidious onset. It's over a long period of time, right? A lot of people live with diabetes or pre-diabetic or diabetic, and they don't even know it, right? I was shocked to find out that it's the majority of people, like 60, 70%, some that have diabetes. They don't even know they have diabetes. And
yes,
right?
Yes, there is a large number of people. The most common diabetes we see in the United States, type 2 diabetes. And there are a large majority of people that are walking around without having, knowing that they're diabetic. And essentially, something like you say, it works its way slowly into your problem. But not only that, diabetes essentially is a high blood sugar in your body. So when you get used to functioning with high blood sugar, you essentially have no symptoms. You're already used to having high blood sugar. So you're not having symptoms, you don't seek help right away. So it just kind of creep up over time. So typically people that have diabetes for at least 8 years, that's when they start manifesting foot problems like numbness and poor circulation. Okay. So it takes about that length of time, right, to get some of those symptoms, for you to seek help.
Yes, sir. The Dean of our School of Podiatric Medicine, UTRGV, our medical school, Dr. Javier LaFontaine, is my guest. Congratulations on the first class that you graduated. And you filled the class. So tell me about that.
Oh yes, I mean these are really exciting time for us in the school. We probably talked maybe a few years back, and I think we were talking about the development of the school. That was back in 2022. So now in 2026, that class we admitted graduated, and so these are really historical and exciting moment for us. You know, pretty much all our students were able to place residency training, which is the residency they are required to get to be licensed right after they finish school.
Yeah.
About half of the class stay in Texas, somewhere in Texas training, which is really exciting. And I think last December we also got a full accreditation. So I think the message has spread pretty much across Texas that we are here, that this is a great profession to go into, and that we are another option to practice medicine, and therefore that is reflected by the class that we admitted 40 students. So this is the first time we fill a class, and we are really excited about it. We did it within 4 years, which is probably more than we expected. So we're really excited about that.
And it's a rare program, right? So it's like one of two, or the only one in Texas. Like, which one is it?
Yes, no, you're right. It's the only program in Texas.
Yeah, no, man.
We are within the UT system. There are only 11 schools of podiatry in the whole nation, and we are one of them. And we are the only fully state funded, and the only one in Texas. We are here in Harlingen.
Excellent. With a brand new digs, right? New building, or is that coming up here pretty soon? New brick and mortar facility. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, we are originally in the same building right here in Harlingen. I mean, I think we got the UTRGV, not us, but UTRGV received a $30 million Legacy Foundation grant to develop Diabetes Center of Excellence, and within those plans there is a building. A building. There's a plan for a new building.
Okay. And do you know by when that might be up and running?
I don't know exactly the date. We know it's going to be in Harlingen, and there is some secure space here in Harlingen already where we are planning to.
Just curious. So are you in the RAC, the Regional Academic Health Center, or is another program in the RAC? Who's using that?
No, exactly. No. We are in the RAC.
In the RAC building.
In the RAC building. Yes, that's where we at. Yes.
Dr. Javier LaFontaine is the Dean for our School of Podiatric Medicine, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, or medical school. So let me take you back to the class that you just graduated. How big was that class?
That class was a size of 20 students.
Okay, 20. Half of them stayed in Texas. Did we get to keep any of those students in residency here in the Valley at any facility?
Yeah, well, interestingly, we do have a residency program that we started last year, and we have one of our students stay here. And interestingly, that student, her dad is a podiatrist in the Valley.
Okay.
So it's great, right, to see that extension of services, but also of people that already, practice here in the Valley too.
My goodness, with diabetes being the way it is, and people with limbs and wound care problems, man, we probably are way behind the curve. If you had a chance to make a wish come true, how many more would you be graduating to try to keep up with demand just in the Valley? Like, how many more would you like to see? 10 times more, or more than that, or what would you say?
Yeah, Juman, I think we should probably. It'll be great to have our class to be full with people with a student with the Valley. I mean, I think that would be a goal, which would be, the maximum we can admit are 40 students, right? So I think it will be great to have them. Remember that if we graduate 40 students, we don't have 40 slots to train them here in residency. They're going to have to go away. Hopefully stay in Texas. They go away, but they stay in Texas, because about 60 to 70% of students that leave whatever location they are to do a training, about 60% of them stay where they did their residency.
Yeah.
Right. So if we had created enough slots in the Valley for them to stay, then at least we'll have 4 or 5 that will stay, and that would be a great growth for the valley.
And you know your class good. Was the majority of the class that you just graduated, were they from the Valley or from Texas, where maybe they have a loyalty that maybe they can come home someday as the market, because the market is expanding rapidly. I mean, there likely will be some jobs for them in the future.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. So out of the 20, they were all from Texas, that inaugural class. Actually, I take that back. There was 19 from Texas, 1 from California. So in about those 19 from Texas, about 6 were from the Valley on that inaugural class.
Excellent.
Right. So we are being slowly increasing the numbers of the Valley, maybe about by 2. So in the coming class, we'll probably have about 12 students that are from the Valley. Good. So I think with the effort we're doing, educating the students here in the Valley, UTRGV mission, right, including that, I think we are probably in the next few years, we might be close to have a full class from the Valley. I wouldn't be surprised that happened.
And as far as research or clinical research or even medical services on the part of the university and your program reaching out to the community, what can you tell me about research, clinical research, and services near future? Or what do you have right now spinning?
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. So right now, we have we practice under the UT Health umbrella, right? So we have currently our faculty are we have podiatry faculty that practice in Harlingen, right next to the class, not right next to the rack. There's a clinic there. So we have podiatrists there. We have also clinics in Edinburgh area, and we have a clinic in West Laco. Okay, so we have a presence on all those areas, and we have our faculty there. Plus, we have students that work with them, kind of a hanging around factor, right? They follow them too, so they can do their education. We have also a medical indigent clinic in Brownsville that we practice with the medical school. It's called the AHEC Clinic. It's the Area Health Education Center, and that's in Brownsville. And then clinic research-wise, we have a couple of interesting things. We just finished a clinical grant evaluating the effect of certain diabetic shoes as far as how well they function with patients. Wow. And we are actually studying one type of insert or brace for people that lose half of their foot, what we call a strong metatarsal amputation, half of their foot, to see if we can improve walking and energy expenditure and things like that.
That is very useful information for folks that are dealing with this to get. It almost sounds like a Consumer Report rating on the top brands or names of diabetic shoes, right? So people know, okay, these are the better brands. They'll be more comfortable and more useful. So have you published that? Is that available for review by the public, or they can see the names of some of the top shoes, or where are you right now in that study?
Yeah, that's a great question. So right now we just finished the clinical research about the shoes. So I would think, and in the next 2-3 months, we should be able to have those results out. So so people can access it and read it and learn a little bit about that. The brace one that I was talking to you about, for patients that have amputations in the foot, that one is just fairly new. We just received that grant last year. So we're about 2 years away to publish some information on that.
Well, please call me back. A couple months, 2-3 months, when you publish that report on the top brands or top names or manufacturers of shoes for diabetics. Please come back. Show me some of the from the shoes themselves. Show me the difference if you can, and come back or send somebody that helped publish that. That's very useful information.
That, Sergio.
Yes, sir. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time and continued success. And let's go. UTRGV, our medical school, growing by leaps and bounds. This is our podiatric medicine program. Dr. Javier Lafontaine is Dean of the School of Podiatric Medicine, UTRGV School of Medicine. Be well, brother.
Thank you so much, Sergio. Have a good one.
And we appreciate you tuning in to 710 KURV, 710 AM radio, but we all do online. So go find us at Radio Para Mi, the free app. Go get it. You can rewind some of this conversation with Dr. LaFontaine. 7 o'clock hour of the morning news. We also broadcast on YouTube Live, 710 KURV, and Facebook and X Live. Yeah, Twitter, X Live, the 710 KURV. This is your station for Astros play-by-play in the Valley. Astros doing good. Sports next on 710 KURV. Our sports boy, as I call him, that does the Texas sports. Yeah, he goes to bed early. So the Astros were on the West Coast. They swept the Angel. They beat the Angels 7-4. They swept the Angels. Coming home to host the Rangers. The Astros could do themselves a big favor by beating the Rangers this weekend. So tune in for play-by-play. Astros hosting Texas this coming weekend. AccuWeather says hot, and it's just no change in the weather. 104, 105. Got a heat alert. Thank you, Danny Vela. Thank you, Baldo, all the gang at Lee's Pharmacy. Heat alert, heat alert, heat alert. Check on family. Check, don't walk your pets in the afternoon. It's the ground is just scorching hot. And check those car seats. If you see a vehicle with a car seat, make sure there's not a baby in there or a pet stuck in the car. Got a heat alert for the area for the next 4 or 5 days. 104, 105 plus heat in South Texas. Border Bridge wait times, 20 minutes at B&M and Veterans, 30 minutes at the Hidalgo Bridge and Ansel Lewis. We invite you to join us online. Radio Para Mi is the free app. Go get it. Listen to the morning news on 710 KURV at Radio Para Mi. Business news check of your money up next. JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment have the equipment that will get the job done. Get her done. Kubota equipment. The perfect tractor or zero-turn mower. Whatever you need, the attachment, the shredders, post-hole diggers. Amigo Power Equipment, a proud representative of the Kubota brand that is long-lasting, durable, and will help you get the job done. And JP and Jeff at Amigo Power right now invite you to visit the campus, take a look at all this beautiful orange Kubota equipment, and also check out, they got a garage there. They got all the dealer support that you would expect from a dealer from Kubota. Chances are you probably won't be needing the garage or the repair, the repair shop much, because Kubota is super dependable, but it's there in case you need it. Right now at Amigo Power Equipment, you could drive away with a Kubota LO2 series tractor, 0% financing if you qualify, or you could save up to $4,000 on the Kubota L2 series tractor that you'll find today at Amigo Power. This deal is available now to September 30th. You can visit KubotaUSA.com for more specifics. Again, drive away with a Kubota LO2 series tractor, 0% financing if you qualify, or save up to $4,000 today at your home for Kubota in the Valley. Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh, Monte Cristo.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. A divided Federal Reserve has left its key interest rate unchanged, with 3 officials voting in favor of higher rates as the central bank wrestles with inflation. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh.
The policy statement conveys just the facts. It's steering clear of forecasting, a choice we consider especially prudent at these uncertain times. Uncertainty, however, does not mean a lack of clarity.
Stocks ended sharply lower after the Fed's announcement. The U.S. economy likely maintained a steady pace of growth in the second quarter. Reuters economists predict that the gross domestic product report will show a 2.1% annualized increase. Yum Brands reported mixed second quarter results. Net revenue climbed 12% to roughly $2.2 billion, lifted by new restaurant openings. The company provided no update about how the Cyclospora outbreak tied to Taco Bell restaurants is affecting its business. Futures are up this morning, led by Microsoft and chip stocks. That's your money now.
New survey saying that over half of all U.S. workers cannot cover a $500 emergency expense. I'm not talking about swiping the credit card. To have in savings $500 to cover an expense, over half of American workers say, yeah, they don't have it in the bank. AccuWeather says 105 today, tomorrow the next day. Yeah, we're stuck 4 or 5 plus days, triple-digit plus weather. That is a heat alert for the area. Thank you, Lee's Pharmacy, for the heads up. Check on your family. Make sure you don't walk the pets late in the day when the sun is still out there. And, of course, check the car seats as you walk past these cars in the parking lot. Play defense in this heat. This is the morning news. This is Newstalk 710 KURV, the pulse of the 956. We got Fox News coming up in about 2 minutes. Speaking of legends, that's what I would call the good folks over at Chamberlain. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. It is in the name precisely what you need at your commercial sites, and I invite you to call them because for free, gratis, no expense to you. I did say free, and the top dog in the area when it comes to commercial roofs, Chamberlain. They will send their expert crews, folks who they cross-train in all the different commercial roofing systems. That's what Chamberlain does. They cross-train their people. They not only have a culture of excellence when they deliver those properties, those commercial roofing systems, but they also have a culture of safety. A lot of peace of mind for you as you call Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Say, hey, can you get up there, like Serge was saying, get up there and see if there's any weak spots. I'd like to know the condition of my commercial roofing system before we get a hurricane or the next gully washer and just days and days of rain. That eventually all that water finding some way to get into the building and on the equipment and on my customers. And I don't want to lose that business. Again, for free. Expert inspection of your roofing system, giving you a report on any weak spots. If you're good, they'll tell you you're good to go. Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing at 956-655-6178. It's the Pulse of the 956, News Talk 710 KURV. This is News Radio for the RGV, and we are grateful that you join us on the radio. Thank you, especially many of y'all who are new to the area. You guys are used to news radio stations, like several news radio stations in big markets. Yeah, we're the only game in town, people. And the others have tried. They never knocked us off. So here we are, 710 KURV. Thank you for joining us on News Radio for South Texas. Join us online at Radio Para Mí. Listen online. I'm Sergio Sanchez with show producer Zach Cantu, and Check of News, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. A victory of sorts for activists in the area who are fighting data centers. And the city of Brownsville announced yesterday that a data center that had considered the city of Brownsville has withdrawn its request for a special use permit in the area. Meantime, data centers across the state, they're trying to improve their image in Texas.
State lawmakers considering a pause on tax breaks for the industry under pressure from activists who feel the warehouses full of computers are hurting the state more than helping it. But the industry is pushing back, saying their investments can help shore up the power grid. Ray Fakuri with Amazon Web Services says they'd be willing to pay for upgrades if that's what it takes to win public support.
That would help ease costs on other customers by carrying those costs on ourselves and then turning that asset over.
In this fiscal year alone, the state has certified 59 new data centers and is considering 5 more thanks to these tax breaks. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
And an interesting note for business, the White House is announcing the Freedom Haulers Initiative today. It's a push to put more military veterans behind the wheels of commercial trucks.
The plan comes as the administration pledges to crack down on illegal immigrants and people who can't speak English driving big rigs on the nation's highways. The initiative will involve bringing together the Departments of Transportation, Labor, Veterans Affairs, and War for vets to get expedited commercial driver's licenses after they complete their service. Trump will unveil the program at the White House alongside Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Any information you heard, you want to rewind? Yeah, go to 710 KURV, YouTube, Facebook Live, X Live, also Radio Para Mí, the free app. Go get it. This is the morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. Happy Thursday. Temperatures across the area hot. It's 81, 82 degrees across the valley. Thank you for waking up with Newstalk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News. Quick look at headlines. The U.S. has launched another round of airstrikes on Iran. The word from U.S. Central Command, they're hitting other military targets. And a victory of sorts for some activists in the area who are hell-bent on preventing any data centers from setting up here. A data center company that scouted Brownsville for a site has told the city that they are withdrawing their request for a special use permit. Border Bridge wait times, 30 minutes at the Hidalgo Bridge. That's the busiest bridge in the area. B&M and veterans at about 20 minutes. Thank you for waking up with Newstalk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News for Thursday, your station for Astros baseball.
(710) KURV, good morning. Hey, good morning. Yes. Hey, Eben and Zach, let me get you on with Sergio. Seven ten.
Hey there, it's Eben Brown.